HUNK, the fourth survivor. This mysterious man is the Umbrella Security Service team leader who not only escaped the Raccoon City outbreak, but secured a sample of the G virus for the Umbrella Corporation as well. And although an image like this is probably what you think of when you hear his name, it wasn't always how he looked. That's right, HUNK used to be a lot more streamlined in the original Resident Evil 2. I decided to research what gear the USS was equipped with during that fateful recovery mission, and may have stumbled upon the inspiration for their look. Let's step back to 1998. For HUNK's original appearance, we can reference three things: the in-game model, the CGI cutscenes, and the HUNK epilogue file from Resident Evil 3. We can consistently see that the character has on some sort of gray uniform with black combat boots, black gloves, black body armor, a gas mask, and a helmet. While it's safe to assume that the uniform, boots, and gloves could realistically be any number of brands, I thought perhaps I could try to narrow down the mask, helmet, and body armor. The mask was a fairly easy find. It's made quite clear by the cutscenes that the USS are wearing British SF-10 respirators. The large flat circular lenses and the speech module on the mouth are dead giveaways. What's not entirely clear is whether HUNK is supposed to have red lenses on the mask, or if he has some sort of night vision or optical device inside the mask that is glowing red. In his later iterations, the lenses are red, but in the RE2 cutscenes, the lenses look normal. There is, however, a very short moment when William Birkin is attacking that you can see a red glow coming from behind the lenses. I'll leave this up to your discretion. If we look at a picture of an old British SAS team, you can see that there's definitely similarities between them and the USS. But beyond the mask and the MP5 subguns, I'm not fully convinced. The difference in uniforms, armor, and the usual lack of a helmet kept me from calling it close enough, and so I continued looking. In many of his more modern iterations, HUNK is wearing a Pasget combat helmet. But if you look closely at the RE2 model and cutscenes, you can see that the helmet has holes around it and is missing the raised areas around the ears that the Pasget has. In fact, it looks a lot like a regular skateboarding helmet, and that's because it probably is. You see, in the late 80s and 90s, Special Forces groups started fielding Protec sports helmets. They were lightweight, provided bump protection, and could be modified for night vision devices. If I had to guess, the Japanese game developers probably referenced photos of US Special Forces at the time and found them wearing these Protec helmets. Moving on to HUNK's body armor. It appears to be slick without any pouches or other accessories attached to it. It's all black and pretty bulky looking. At that time in the 90s, it wasn't uncommon to see police wearing black Kevlar vests that were produced by companies like Second Chance. And while that may very well be the type of armor that the USS are wearing here, I decided to look a little further into the body armor worn by the military during that period. I mostly found things like the Pasget vest and Ranger body armor, but as far as I know, both of those were only made in camouflage patterns. Digging a bit further, I discovered the Armor of America TP-1E body armor. This US Navy SEAL armor was all black and often worn slick in photos. And then, I discovered this photo of a Navy SEAL VBSS team. Anything look familiar? If you slapped an S10 gas mask on any one of these guys, you'd basically have the original HUNK. The boots, flight suit, body armor, helmet, and even the MP5s all match. If I was a betting man, I'd say this is where the inspiration for the original USS look came from. Well, not this photo in particular, but the look of the 90s SEAL VBSS teams. Possibly combined with the SAS look from before. If we wanted to though, we could speculate about a possible backstory for HUNK before he was a part of the USS. Since he's the team leader, you could argue that he dictates their loadout. Maybe our guy was a SEAL before all this bioorganic weapon stuff went down, huh? Anyways, that's it for this short video. Some viewers suggested I talk about some of the gear and equipment Resident Evil characters use, so I wanted to take a quick crack at it and get a feel for how much research and time would go into it. If you want to see more videos like this or thought I got something horribly wrong, let me know in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time.